Yeah, I mean, I'm not as pessimistic as some of the analysts who are predicting that there are going to be very soon fractures in this alliance. I'm not sure that's the case at all, because these Western governments just cannot afford to let Putin win here. The ramifications of what might lie next are just too awful to contemplate, especially for many of these countries in Eastern Europe who are putting a lot of pressure on NATO to ensure that NATO members are absolutely in this fight. And today we're expecting an announcement, very significant, from the US government of some $3 billion more in military aid for Ukraine. That comes on top of the 10 million they've already put forward. Germany, just yesterday, always had adopted a sort of, more of a pacifist role. They didn't want to get into arming other countries. They have just announced 500 million euros, €500 million of military aid. Sophisticated weapon systems will go from Germany now to Ukraine. The British government has already given some £4 billion in aid to Ukraine, and that will be increased. So I think, that Ukraine, for the time being at least, is going to get the full-throated support of Western governments.
And Robert Fox was just in the studio here saying that the cavalry is coming in. He says the next 6 months are going to be really crucial in this war because of the training that is taking place across Europe of Ukrainian soldiers that are then able to go back in. What do we know about that? Yeah,
that training is underway at the moment. I put a report together a month ago about some of the latest recruits who have been trained alongside the British military on Salisbury Plain. So they're already back out in Ukraine and bolstering the forces on the front line there. But yes, it's going to be a tough winter ahead. Of course it is. In that part of the world as well, they have very severe and tough winters. But remember, it's a tough winter for Ukrainians. It's an even tougher winter for the Russians, who are not on home soil. But the months ahead will absolutely be crucial in continuing to see that support in these troops that are being trained, going out to now take on these roles, to be able to manage the very sophisticated Western weapons systems that they've been trained in the UK and Poland in particular.